Welcome to Incorporating Nutrition into Policies. This brief module is offered as a complement to early care and education college courses that cover health, safety, and nutrition. It is not meant to be exhaustive, but simply highlight important best practices and key information, as well as provide you with additional resources. As you know, child care program policies communicate expectations, roles, and responsibilities for staff and families. You may be wondering where to start or what types of things should be included related to nutrition. This slide shows some important topics that can be helpful to include in your policy. It helps families and staff know what's expected. You will want to include the meals and foods that you provide, whether you participate in the child and adult care food program, what foods families are expected to provide, if any, how you'll handle breast milk and infant formula, where to find your menus, as well as how to handle any special dietary needs. You'll also want to include any information that staff will need to help them create a healthy mealtime environment. This would include how infants are fed, meal and snack schedules, and family style meal service if you choose to use that. You can include food safety practices and any foods that are not allowed. Basically, you want to include the information that will be helpful to staff and families as they think about how and what children will be fed while they're in your childcare program. Remember that all licensed childcare programs need to follow the Child and Adult Care Food Program meal pattern, whether you participate or not. If you do participate in the CACFP, you must include information in your policies specific to the program and how families are able to participate. You must also include the USDA non-discrimination statement. This statement must be included on everything that relates to CACFP except menus. It should be included in your parent handbook and staff manual if that's where you're sharing your policy. This is the second half of the USDA non-discrimination statement. You can see that it's a couple of paragraphs. So if you have an educational handout that doesn't have enough space to include everything, you can include the last line shown here. This institution is an equal opportunity provider. This is required to be posted in your child care program and on any materials or your website if you participate in CACFP and are receiving reimbursements to help cover the cost of your meals. You wanted to communicate which meals and snacks will be served at your program, as well as whether your program or families will be providing the food. If a child brings a meal from home that does not appear to meet the current Child and Adult Care Food Program meal pattern requirements, foods must be available to offer as a supplement to that meal. Depending on the length of time children are on site, you may be required to serve both meals and snacks, or maybe just one. You also want to include the approximate time that meals and snacks are served and stick to those times as best you can. Best practice is that meals and snacks for toddlers and preschoolers should be served at least 2 hours apart, but not more than 3 hours apart. This keeps your schedule in line with when young children will most likely be hungry and need to eat. For infants, the meal schedule should follow the infant's feeding cues and not the clock. This should also be indicated in your policy. Offering plain drinking water throughout the day is a licensing requirement. While you can't serve water instead of milk at mealtime, you can offer water in addition to milk. Offering plain water is healthy for children's teeth and important for helping them stay hydrated. Drinking water should always be visible and available inside and outside for self-service, and children are prompted to drink water throughout the day. Other beverages such as juice, soda, or pop are not good for their teeth and add calories. Infants under 6 months of age should never be given plain water. Infants should only receive breast milk and infant formula. There are a number of ways you can engage with families around nutrition and feeding. You can share information, but there are also great things we can learn when we invite families to share back. You may learn about their food culture, get some new ideas for your menu, and if families are sending in food for their child, brainstorm together ways for families to meet the meal pattern guidance that are inexpensive, easy to pack, and fun for kids to eat. Children develop within an environment of relationships, including parents and early childhood professionals. As children watch and interact with parents or guardians, they learn and form habits, attitudes, and beliefs about healthy living. Partnering with parents or guardians to promote consistent modeling and messaging for children will support lifelong healthy habits. Holidays, birthday parties, teacher appreciation, and special events provide a wonderful opportunity to celebrate and to incorporate healthy eating, activity, and play. Providing healthy snack options can positively influence children's habits while they are away from home. Benefits of healthy celebrations are that they provide consistent messages about positive lifestyle changes, promote a healthy environment, create excitement about healthy eating and physical activity, and protect children with food allergies. Nutrient dense options and non-nutrient dense options takes unhealthy out of the equation and also makes it more objective than subjective. Still allowing non-nutrient dense items with two nutrient dense items allows for flexibility and possibly a transition to all nutrient dense items or non-food celebrations. Experts say that children eat best when they are not feeling pressured to eat. Remember that it is the adult's job to plan nutritious meals and snacks for children. We decide what will be served and when. It's the child's job to decide which foods to eat and how much. This is the division of responsibility in action. You can encourage children to eat by creating a positive eating environment, keep the conversations light and fun, and make sure that you are eating the new food or foods that may be new to some children to show that you like it and it is a trusted food. The information in this module is based on a variety of sources listed. It highlights key points relevant to this topic but is not exhaustive. We encourage you to take a look at them for more information and to share with families in your care. Thank you for joining us to review Incorporating Nutrition into Policies. This module is made possible by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention and was developed in collaboration between the Colorado Department of Public Health and Environment, Colorado Department of Early Childhood, the Integrated Nutrition Education Program, Culture of Wellness in Preschools, Pikes Peak State College, and Front Range Community College.